Hello, welcome to SCIE1121, the class. And I specify the class because there is also a lab which gets a separate video because it is a separate entity. Let me make sure that's clear. If you are taking this class and you are taking the lab, they are two totally different things. You have to do assignments in both. They are 100% separate. The grade in one does not affect the grade in the other. So now that we have that clear, let me get this going. This is pretty much a welcome video, syllabus, intro, like everything all rolled into one. I'm a little later doing this than I normally do. Today, right now is Friday, and we start on Sunday. So we are almost there. I don't know if anyone watches Phineas and Ferb. That just ran through my head. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Anyway, never mind. Sadly, yes, this is what you're going to put up with for the whole term if you watch these videos. Now, many videos I make will be right here, and that's my backyard. Hopefully you're cool with it. Let's see. I guess where I should start is, hi, I'm Linda Bernhardt. I'm the instructor. I have been teaching this course for SGSC for quite some years. This term, this semester, I just revamped everything. Like, I'm talking everything. I changed up almost every single article. There's a couple of articles I kept that I just added last semester, the spring semester, that I still really liked, but I've updated everything. So hoping you like these new articles. Now, I'm going to do the share screen thing so you can see what's going on as I talk you through the class, the rules, stuff to do, things that will help you, syllabus, blah, 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 blah. Now, even though you can't talk to me right now because this is, well, it will be a recording when you watch it. It's not yet a recording, but it will be a recording once you watch it. You can't really talk back, but please, no making fun of the 8 million tabs I have open. Yes, ADHD is one of the issues I have, and it becomes abundantly clear. So I am going to do just sharing the whole desktop. This way you can see everything. Now, hopefully you will be seeing your class here, if I'm doing this right. And I say that because I work with Zoom a lot. I tutor using Zoom. I do everything, but normally I am very specific about what I show. This time I'm trying to do everything. Anyway, this is your class. You might be in section 2, or I need to make this thing move out of my way, or you might be in section 3. Note, they look exactly alike other than this little number changing. It is because I make one and then I import it to the other, and then I just update both. I teach 2 sections for the class, and I teach one for the lab. This is what the lab looks like. Notice the difference here. If you see this and you see the word lab, that is lab. If you see this, that is the class. I tried my hardest to change it. The pictures, yes, are mine. Now, here we go. Where we're going to start. This is your course homepage. So if you hit course home, this is what pops up. You will have announcements. It is always a very good idea to read the announcements. I try not to go crazy on the announcements, but there are going to be announcements. And when there are announcements, you need them. So like here, I give you a welcome announcement. Since I know a whole lot of people don't bother actually reading all the words, I still use words because I like words. But I go ahead and I also put things in bold, in red, in different things to really try to make you notice them. Notice here, it's saying if you do not open the week's file, you will not be able to access the assignments that are due. You must begin with that week's folder. What that means is over here, all of these are not going to show up for you. When you first log on, you're only going to see week 1. The others should not show up because I have them set to open throughout the term. But you will want to go here and click week 1. Then you see this, which says week 1. That is the file. Once you open this, it will then talk you through stuff. I give you handy little, there goes my whole thing. I said handy, and then I want to say handy dandy notebook because of Blue's Clues. Anyway, I have hyperlinks throughout here to help you, to walk you through. But then there's these other things here. These are words again. And this is to try to give you ideas about what to do. If you do not open this week 1, and let me show it again, week 1 folder, you click, then you do week 1 file. You have to open the file to have access to the assignments. I literally lock everything down because it irritates me when people don't bother ever going to what I'm trying to get you to go to and think they can just shortcut, go straight to the discussion or straight to the quiz. In this course, you will not be able to do that. So yeah, just make sure to open that week's file and that week's folder and that week's file. Now, that being said, we're now going to go here, papers and such. I know, I'm so great. You can click papers and such and see all these, or you can click content and then papers and such. So now we see everything here. Let's see, this might be good. Let's view this as a student so we don't have all the extra stuff. Notice now you have only papers and such and PDFs of articles. I'm glad I did this. PDFs of articles. If you click here, you will see a whole lot of articles. Most of these articles are somewhere in this course. I provide the hyperlink to the actual news article, but since a lot of it comes from like New York Times, Washington Post, and different places that only give you, only give you a certain number of free articles, I go ahead and save it as a PDF. So if you can't access it online, you still have the article. So at no point is there a reason you can't read what you're told to read. So they're all here. But anyway, we're going to go back to content and we are going to papers and such. So this is what you would see as papers and such. Zoom office. If you're wanting to meet with me, face to face, because I don't live in South Georgia. I live in the Atlanta area. So this is my face-to-face. We do Zoom. There's going to be a group project. And if you want to use the Zoom link, I set you up for that as well. But this is my Zoom office. If you say you want to meet with me and I'm like, okay, and we figure out a time, this is the link to that Zoom. Syllabus. Let's go ahead and talk about the syllabus, shall we? Click here. It's going to open the PDF of the syllabus. If you want to download it, you can. You can either click here to get download or down here you can do download. Entirely up to you, but it's right here. This is letting you know this is fall semester of 2022. It's my name, Linda Bernhardt. Email address. Email, honestly, the absolutely best way to reach me. This email address goes to my phone, so it'll pop up and I'll see it. No matter where I am, what I'm doing, I will notice it. It might take me a tiny bit of time because I also keep my phone on silent, do not disturb, and everything. I don't want it to make noises, but I obsessively check my email. So if you email me, I will get it. So that is honestly the best way, not just through Brightspace, but this email address. Okay, you have this textbook that you are supposed to have procured. SGSE likes me to make sure you know that you're required to have this textbook. That's why it says required text and supplies. Then we have our description, blah, blah, blah. You can read this on your own time. Georgia View tells you how to do stuff, how to link. Now here where it says Georgia View, this also means Brightspace. I haven't updated the name here because it has been Blaze View, it has been Georgia View, it has been WebCT Vista, it has been Desire to Learn, and right now it is Brightspace. It keeps changing. So whenever you see where I have said Georgia View, it just means this online system. When you turn in a paper, it has to be a Word document. That means .doc or .docx. I will not accept a screenshot from your phone or your tablet. I really don't want PDFs, JPEGs. Oh my gosh, no GDoc either. GDoc is the default for the Chromebook. I can't open that. It has to be a Word document. Yes, I know there are programs that I could put into my computer so I can open every possible variation that you as a student may wish to turn in. However, I'm holding on to my right as an instructor. These are my directions. You have to turn in a Word document. Am I a huge fan of Word? Not particularly, but every single campus computer has Word, and as a student, you should already also have access to Word for free. When you are attaching a document, you have to attach the document. I will not accept a link. No links are allowed unless you have discussed it with me previously. When I say attach a document, I mean attach the actual document, not a link. If you are only using the online version, make sure to download it to your computer, save it, and then attach that. I know it sounds nitpicky, but I teach for 3 different universities, and each one has their own account for Word. And when people attach a link, more often than not, I can't access it because one or the other of my jobs will block me accessing it from SGSE. So you have to give me a document. All right, grades. I keep grades up to date as much as possible. Normally I tend to be one of the fastest graders. Sometimes life gets in the way and I might fall a tad behind. And if that happens, I will post and I will let you know. You as the student are in charge of keeping track of your grades. I will even show you maybe where you find them on here. So when you look at your grades, I want you to look right here. Well, I don't want all that highlighted. I just want that highlighted. If you believe I made a mistake on your grade, you have 7 days to contact me. After 7 days, that is too late, because if we are in week, shall we say 14, and you are just now giving a crap about the class and you're trying to argue something from week 3, that is way too much time. You laugh, it happens. Every single term, it will happen. You have 7 days from when the grade is posted to contact me and discuss your grade. If you really feel it was not a fair grade, seriously, talk to me. Don't be rude. Don't do things like, I think I deserve more. Ask, just ask, why. But make sure you actually looked at the feedback first, because I will also always give feedback. Anyway, I have been known to adjust somebody's grade if they had a valid reason. If I really had messed up, or they show me that they understood it a different way than I intended, because that happens. This is about contacting. I already said again, this is the best thing, that email address. Access statement. This is if you have a disability, you need to contact them. If you have accommodations for my class, pretty much the only accommodations for this tends to be extended time. Get that letter to me ASAP so I can make the adjustments. Counseling services, I would totally use them. I mean, you're paying the fees, may as well. Policy, they have an attendance policy at SGSE. It's an online class, seriously. If you don't do the work, you fail. That's my attendance policy. The only thing that you are required to do in this class to stay in the class is to do this one quiz that I will be showing you in just a moment. Other than that, you're an adult. That's what I say right here. You're an adult. Do the work, don't do the work. Your choice. If you don't do the work, you fail. If you have done the attendance thing and you are officially in the class, you have proven to me you are in the class, and then you don't do anything else for the rest of the term, I will plug in a 0 every single time. And trust me when I say your GPA and your financial aid will be ruined. So if you are planning on not finishing the course, you better make sure to withdraw yourself because I won't do it unless you request it. So make sure you stay on top of things. Grading policy. This is the one that causes so much issues. A lot of people have a hard time comprehending it, and a lot of people absolutely hate it until the end of the term, and then they love it. What I do is I do a point system. There are no percentages. So if you contact me and say, why did I get an 83%? Doesn't matter to me. I go by points. If you want to know how come you lost a certain number of points and you have looked at the grading rubric and or read the feedback, then you can ask more questions. I will always tell you why you lost points. Trust me, I really will. I do a point system. And at the end of the syllabus, I'm going to show you what everything's worth. So every single thing you do, you earn points. They never go away. So you are always climbing. Your points are always going up every single time. It never changes. Always going up. You don't turn anything in. It's just here. It's just flat. You turn something in, it goes up, and then it stays here until it never, ever, ever goes down. So this way you can keep track of yourself. If you are looking just to pass the class, I don't understand why people do that, but some people do. If you're looking just to pass the class with a C, as soon as you hit 700 points, you're done. You can just kick back and do nothing if you want. Better make sure it hits 700, because if it's 699, you get a D. But as soon as you hit 700 points, you have a C. As soon as you hit 800 points, you have a B. As soon as you hit 900 points, you have your A. Oh, that grade that most people want. That's the one I always want. This means if you have like 907 points, and that is before the final week of the course, you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. You already have your A. And I do extra credit throughout the entire semester. Do not ask me for extra credit. I already have it built in. And if you go above and beyond in your assignments, I also give extra credit there. It is completely possible to not have to worry about anything the last couple of weeks of this course if you actually apply yourself from day one. Okay, here we go. Policy on late and makeup work. Don't take it. There you go. That's all there is to it. I do not take any late work. You have at least from Sunday to Friday to turn something in. That's plenty of time. If you had a bad day, you had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you had 6 days, 6 to do an assignment and turn it in. One bad day would still have left 5. 2 bad days would still have left 4. The only time people tend to have issues and say, oh crap, such and such happened and I can't do it, are the people who wait until Friday to start the assignment. If you email me on Friday and say, but Ms. Bernhardt, my internet went out, I will reply, I am so sorry, but you should have started the assignment earlier. That's just life. Some people hate me for it. I'll live. Some people love it because it forces them to actually start being a little more responsible. And some people just laugh because they don't care, because they're the ones who get stuff done early anyway. There you go. So now let me also add into this one. My student athletes who may be traveling for games. No, I don't change your due dates. I don't. You know what your game schedule is. You can plan accordingly. You can contact me ahead of time to say, oh, it looks like we're going to be doing a lot of traveling these 2 weeks, and I see that blah, blah, blah is due. Is there anything we can do? And I will work with you on that. If you just don't turn things in and then say, oh yeah, well, we were traveling at games, you get zeros. That's it, straight up. I promise you, your game schedules are set up. You can look ahead. This entire course is already set. All the way till December 9th, this course is set up. We can work them out, but I work things with you beforehand, not after. So there you go. Plagiarism, don't do it. You're in college. You know what plagiarism is. Don't do it. If you think doing a right click, hitting synonym, and then picking a choice means you wrote it, it doesn't. That's still plagiarism. First time I catch you with plagiarism, I'm going to give you a 0 and I'm going to let you know that this comes back as plagiarism. Second time, I report you to the university because I just don't have time for that. It's a waste of my time, and it pretty much comes across like you just think I'm stupid. Not my first rodeo. Just don't do it. Just write your own stuff. Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act of 1974 means that I can't talk about your grade with anybody other than you. I am not allowed to discuss this via email or on the telephone. The only way I can discuss your grades is through Brightspace or when we're doing Zoom face-to-face, so I know who I'm talking to. Those are the only 2 ways to discuss your grades. If your mom, dad, best friend, brother, clergyman, anybody contacts me wanting to know how you're doing, I cannot talk to them about it. You have to be the one to talk to me. Okay, Academic Success Center. These all have to do with tutoring sessions. You shouldn't need that for this class. If you have questions about this class, you're having difficulty, seriously, talk to me, email me. We will discuss it. We'll get better. Blah, 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 more stuff, different campuses. Satisfactory academic progress. This means you have to actually be doing okay. Now, here we go. This gets its whole own page on the syllabus. All assignments close Fridays at 10 p.m. All assignments. Everything is due on Friday nights at 10 p.m. When somebody emails me later and says, oh, but Ms. Bernhardt, I thought I had until Saturday at 11:59, I will just remind you to go back to this page in the syllabus. Okay. All right. Now, here we go. Course requirements and assignments. Here are the points. There will be a quiz every single week. So if any week you log on and you don't see a quiz, that means you did not open that week's folder and file. Remember, going back to the beginning of this video. There is a quiz every single week worth 10 points. That is 170 points by the end of the semester. You have discussions, 20 points for each discussion. You have a group task summary, because I told you there's going to be a group project, and I'm going to get to that in just a moment. The group project or the group task summary is worth 50 points. Your group presentation is worth 200 points. You have 2 exams throughout the term, which are 100 points apiece. And then you have your final exam, which is 100. These quizzes will help prepare you for these exams. So I would take the quizzes seriously. And if I were you, I would save them as well to help me with my tests. And your tests, of course, help you with your final. Okay? Now, this is the way it all breaks down. So a moment ago, when I said if you're a student athlete or somebody who's going to, need time or whatever, told you the whole course is set aside or set up, you can look right here and you see what we're doing every single week. No, all the assignments are not here, but every one of the weeks there is a quiz and there is a discussion. And then you have some exams. I didn't write those on the agenda, but I'll show you that stuff too. So week 1, when you should be watching this, introductions, hi, and chapter 1. Then we go to chapter 2 and then blah, blah, blah. Week 8, this is midterm. This is your last chance to drop the course and get a withdrawal. Okay. You have to do that by week 8. If you are considering dropping, assuming you've done anything the entire term, contact me. We can go back and forth to see if the reason you're thinking of dropping is because you're afraid you can't get the grade you want. I will sit with you on Zoom and we will go over it and I will show you exactly what you can do. If you did stuff week 1 and then never bothered doing anything else until week 8, yes, you will want to drop the course. Okay. Week 9, working on group task summary. This is honestly a week I give you to just kind of and then work with your groups. Final projects are due the week before Thanksgiving because I don't want you having to work on it over Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving break, recap, final exam. There you go. Now, let me also make this clear. This is from Sunday to Saturday, but everything closes on Friday night. See, everything closes on Friday night. So let's not forget that. All right. So that is the syllabus. Let's go back to papers and such. Okay, group project details. Here you go. Here's the group. I have a whole thing written up here. This is all about the group project. You are going to be doing a group project, hence the name. I have 7 groups right here. What you do is take a look at the articles. If you click here, that will be the hyperlink to the news article. If you click here, that should be the PDF of this article. So you can do whichever one you want. Clearly, if you're able to access the news articles, you have better pictures. That's pretty much what it boils down to. When I save it as a PDF, sometimes it cuts the page in a weird way, and sometimes it doesn't give the pictures. But I have both. So you're going to take a look at these and figure out which one interests you the most. I try to group them together for particular reasons. You are going to, with your group, cover the 3 news articles that I gave you. Find another article or so in order to add to it, to kind of like expand on it and tie it into your textbook. You're going to put all of this together. Your whole group is going to make one cohesive presentation to share with the class. You will do an online presentation. And yeah, that's what it is. So what happens here? Take your time, take a look at these, and then you will click this where it says claim your topic here. When you click claim topic, it should, since I'm in student mode, I don't think it will, it should take you to the assignment of claim topic. Now, what you do is you will say, I would like to be in group 2, but my second choice is group 5. If you want to be really safe, say, I would like to be in group 2. My second choice is group 5. My third group is group 7. And I go in that order. I say this because it's limited how many people I allow in each group. I think, let me see, last time I checked for the number of people, I was doing 4 people per group. We might end up having 5 in one, but we might end up having to go down because I never know how many people stay in the class. But as soon as 4 people have claimed a group, that group is closed and you don't get it. So the sooner you claim the topic, the better. And make sure, again, to tell me the group number, not the news article, the group number. Okay? All right, so that's the group project details. Now, grading. Online group project. I'm breaking it down here. I am showing you how I grade the project. The group project is going to happen in week 14, but you are being graded from the very first moment because I am looking at how active you are. I am seeing how much you actually use the boards, how much you are communicating with your class, all of it. So if you are the kind of person who figures you will just do it all last minute and you're not helping your group, you are not going to get a good grade. And it's because you're not doing what you were told to do. That's all there is to it. So I would read through this so you can see exactly what is entailed in the group projects grading. All right, this is how you're going to grade your other group mates. If it will load, but you're going to grade your group mates with this one file. This will be turned in also in week 14. So you don't have to really worry about it just yet. It's just this. You say who your group member is, you put their name, and then you grade them. That's it. If you say that all of them are perfect, I'm going to know you're lying because there is no group that is 100% all perfect. Are you supposed to throw someone under the bus? No, I just want you to be honest. Your group mates will not have to know what you told me about them, but I take your feedback into consideration as I grade them. Now, about the project. We have another thing where it's telling you how to make it. This is letting you know there's no minimum number of slides, but everything has to be covered, and I don't want the slides to have 8 million words on them. So this is just talking you through exactly how to do the project. And I'm talking, that's just the mechanics of it, not the actual stuff. And then I have FAQs and screenshots. I haven't updated this lately, but feel free to take a look if you want to. This is just talking, reminding people where things are and what to do. So that's up to you if you want to look at it. All right, we're going to go back to Course Home. So if you're here, you've got your welcome announcement, papers and such, PDFs of articles. And then you have all these things across here. Notice, since I am in student mode, if I click on discussions, you're seeing this about discussions, but nothing is open yet. Okay. Now, here, these are the boards you're going to use for your group. Every group, as the person claims it, as soon as I approve you have the group, I will add your name into the appropriate group. Then you can talk to each other. These are just extra boards, no points at all. These are just for sharing, chatting, that kind of thing. And the first discussion will be introduction, but it doesn't open up until Sunday. Now, this I want to make sure to cover is how the discussions are graded. It's really warm out here. Anyway, the discussions open at midnight. That means Saturday night / Sunday morning at midnight. They close Friday night at 10 p.m. So you have, again, 6 days to do this. In those 6 days, you are expected to be active at least 2 days. Your first post has to be posted by Wednesday by 10 p.m. Yes, I will look at the clock. I will look at the timestamp. It has to be posted by 10 p.m. on Wednesday for your first post in order to get full points. Then you also have to, like I said, be active 2 days. So if you post, say, your first post on Tuesday, come back on Thursday and then reply to some people. Then you're done. You need to reply to at least 3 people. Now, here you go. Take a look at this part. Please, please do not do, I agree. Like, I agree when you say breathing smoke is bad for your lungs. No kidding. It's a friggin' fact. You don't have to say you agree with that. Don't say it's a really good point. Or to me, this means I want you to actually discuss. If somebody made a good point, say why it's a good point. You can totally say, wow, when you said blah, 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 that really hit me because, you know, something like that. And this, to me, this means, oh my gosh, that's honestly one of my pet peeves. If somebody's defining something, it's a definition. It means the same thing to everyone unless they are just trying to be ridiculous. Like you can't say, I don't know, to me, this is an iPhone. It's a friggin' iPhone. So you don't say, to me, this, don't do that. Just don't. I expect people to have their own thoughts, their own opinions, but also have actual fact and know how to communicate. You have to remember to use that here. You're also going to be graded on how in depth you went. Did you answer everything I asked? Did you convince me you read the article? Because almost every single discussion has an article. Almost. If you don't convince me you read the article, you're not going to get points for that part. Proper grammar. Yeah, you're expected to have proper grammar. You're supposed to write properly, considering this is a college course. So there you go. Note, it's not a gimme. You have to do the work. There you go. Okay, now assignments. I go to assignments and you don't really see anything except claim topic because everything else is closed down and we haven't opened anything else. Quizzes. Notice there are quizzes for the entire term. You can only open them when I tell you you can open them. And exam 1 opens on September 18th. Exam 2 opens November 27th. Final exam is the last week. There you go. Grades. If you click on grades up here, that should bring you to your grades. You will see them all listed right here. Yes, it's going to give you a percent, but look at the points. This is what you want to keep track of. So when you get here, like midterm grade or current grade, try to look at the number. If you're curious how you are holding up against other people, you can actually click this button. This will show you everybody. Now there's nothing here because the class hasn't started, but that's what that is. So let's see. Oh yes, calendar. We have the calendar, which shows you when absolutely everything is due. It tells you when it opens, when it closes. So at no point should you be able to ever say, oh, but I thought, nope, right here, just go to the calendar. The calendar tells all, like all. So just go here. Let's see, what does agenda do? Okay, if you go day by day, check this out. Go to the 14th. Nothing is due, but something opened. Let's go to the 26th. That's a Friday. Hey, look, stuff's closing at 10 p.m. Here, stuff's closing at 10 p.m. So it will always be here. So the calendar, that can help keep you contact or on top of things. Okay, I am going to go back to my own view. And let's see. Yeah, because I want to show you this. Right here. You must take this proof of attendance quiz in order to access the week 2 information. You click there. This is a quiz. If you do not do this quiz, you will not see week 2. This is the quiz that makes it official that you are in the class. If you don't do this quiz and you haven't posted anything, you are not going to be in the class. You will be dropped. Bam, just like that. That is the only way you will be dropped from this course. So make sure you do this quiz. If you don't do this quiz, again, you cannot access week 2. And that would suck. So, pretty sure that's about it for all of that. Now, in week 1, I included like my silly intro and some junk about me. Go ahead and let you know here that, and I think I say it in the discussion post too, I'll have to double check, but I am on the autism spectrum. So my brain literally doesn't work quite the same as the neurotypical, but that's not a bad thing. It just means you might not know where stuff's coming from. It tends to make me a little more entertaining. I am ADHD, as I told you. So when I'm doing the videos, you're going to see me doing this a whole lot and bouncing all over. There you go. I'm dyslexic. So sometimes when I'm typing stuff up, it might be flipped. I try really hard to correct all of the spelling mistakes, but it happens. So if I'm giving you feedback and you get a word that you're not sure of, just ask. I'll let you know. If I'm highly stressed, I will have all the right letters, but in really bizarre orders. And so it's crazy. PTSD, anxiety, social anxiety, general anxiety, I have a whole lot of little issues. And so randomly it kind of rears its ugly head. When I said sometimes I might fall a little bit behind, normally it's connected to that. I have a whole lot of stress. I told you a moment ago that I have 3 teaching jobs, but I also have a 4th tutoring job and a 5th where I tutor on the side for other people. My mother is 79 years old and not the healthiest of souls, and I had to get extra jobs to pay for her rent. On top of that, my cat, Fang, you'll hear about him randomly, a little over a month ago was diagnosed with cancer, and he has squamous cell carcinoma, and it's in his face, and there is no cure. So he's on palliative care, so he has good days and not so good days. And then when he has bad days, and then the bad days outweigh everything else, it's going to be time to let him move on from this world, and that is not going to be a good week. So when that time comes, I will probably let you know, because I guarantee you I am not going to be worth anything that week. I will probably just randomly burst into tears because he's my baby. I've had him for 13 years. And if you're not a cat person, you won't understand. But if you're any kind of animal person, you might get it. So I think that's mostly my stuff. I try to do a weekly video to recap the previous week, so you know that I know what's going on and I can keep you up to date, or any changes and stuff. They're not always done, but I try. And I have a lot of old videos already linked to the course. So if I can't make a new video for like course material or a lesson, then it's just linked to my old stuff. So there you go. Yeah, I think that's it. Looking forward to getting this started. I absolutely love teaching environmental science. So I can't wait, and I can't wait to see what everyone thinks of my new news articles. So yeah, I had like 38 or 42 of them, and I tried to incorporate all that I could. And there's a few extras in those PDFs of articles that I wasn't able to tie in anywhere. So that's it. And good luck. Peace out.